Mercedes Benz 404 Unimog, year unknown. We could probably figure out the year, but we're not caring that much. It's got a bed. Bed's not bad. Frame's good. Motor runs. Suspension's good. Cab, not so much. We have the doors still. Tops are gone. Roached out. Seats roached out. Missing a lot of shit on the inside. Body is terrible. Four-cylinder diesel. Man, if we only had something to swap on top of this Unimog. If we only had something to swap on top of this Unimog. I don't know. Wonder how hard that'll be. Wonder if it's a project worth doing. I guess we'll find out, won't we? Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. You're watching Empire Sand. I'm Steve. And we have a 2004 Volkswagen Bug that's here today to get the engine removed. It looks like it already has bad engine mounts, and some of the engine mounts have already been removed or at least loosened. But we need to pull it all the way out and see if we can get that to fit on that back there. That's a 406 Unimog, Mercedes Benz. All right, guys. Through the magic of video and the fact that the only thing I have left to do is I have to take the exhaust pipe loose in the bottom. The K member, or whatever you want to call them, Volkswagens, is out. The body mounts are off the engine. Everything's undone. All the hoses, all the air conditioning lines, everything's undone. Now that it's this far, I didn't film it because honestly I've never taken one out before, so I had no idea what I was doing. But we got her done in about 2.5 hours without taking the whole front of the car off. So we'll cut that exhaust pipe in the back, and I'll bring the tractor in here and we'll grab onto it somewhere in here, lift the body up, and I will pull the whole engine assembly out from the front and I'll drag it out. Hey, and there you go, guys. Motor's out. Can't leave this here too long. It'll bleed down, crack the window, but I'm gonna back out, take the weight off this. Pretty clean. We did keep the brake booster. I want to keep that, the brake lines, because they are gonna have to go over there to that, but only thing holding us up was a catalytic converter. But it's out. So I can pick that up all together. I think I'll probably ratchet strap it together. The motor's bad in this car. Transmission might be okay. We're not really sure. Never heard it run, never drove it. But, all right, it's out. I'll back the tractor out, come in, scoop that sucker up, and put it out back in the junk pile. And after we took the trailing arm brackets off, or whatever you want to call that thing under there, holding these shocks up, we have two more bolts up here. It'd be nice if I could fit this impact. Let's see if we can. should fit that way. Ooh, there she goes. That's pretty easy. Okay, so it looks like we have our brake lines run to that control arm, or whatever you want to call it back here, tailing arm. So I'll have to undo the brake lines from back here. It looks like we have ABS lines, and under here we still have parking brake cables. I'll undo those and then I'll pick this thing up, and that's one more big piece off of it. We could actually maybe try to sit this thing or hold it above the Unimog today and see how it might line up. You know, as many problems as I've had with this XR 4155 hydrostatic tractor, I do have some weights on the back because it is kind of light, but I'll tell you what, this thing is not too bad at all. Makes doing this kind of stuff way easier. So now it's free. We went ahead and we cut the ABS sensors. Most of the brake lines are still intact. I took the banjo fittings off the back brakes. I'm going to try to use those. Probably use some other fittings off of it. Don't really need the springs or anything else. I have a pretty decent, I know for a lot of people they're not decent, but I have an older Craftsman half-inch drive impact gun air, and it would not take these lug nuts off the back of this thing and one of the front wheels, so it had to be really torqued down tight. And man, even a breaker bar, an extension on a breaker bar was struggling to get those front lug nuts off, so I just left these tires and the wheels on. So we'll wheel this out. We'll sit this down on some golf cart tires and possibly roll this Unimog out and maybe hold it up next to it just to see what it looks like next to it. We'll get back on the far side and take a look at how well things line up, or how well things don't line up. All right, so here's a first look, my first look, your first look, but here's a first look. That's what we're gonna try to do here. Now it's gonna be really tight. The coolant, the radiator and the fans are still in the bug over here, and they're tucked up in here pretty nice, so we may end up using that and getting rid of the radiator on the Unimog. But some things on this, now the bug is tilted down in the front, the Unimog is facing uphill slightly, so there's going to be more room, and that's almost sitting, that would almost be sitting on the frame in the back. It's pretty damn close. May go down just a little bit more. Like I said, we've got 2 inches where the tires of the Unimog will be back 2 inches in the wheel well, which, oh well, not a big idea, not a big deal. Back behind here, it's pretty good in the back. I mean, it's going to be like right with the bumper. This stuff inside, I may not need to trim a whole lot of the floor out for that, but you never know. This is the coolant reservoir for the Unimog. That comes off. And once the front of that Unimog is tilted up, or the front of the Beetle is tilted up, we may not have to do anything to the hood to get this thing to fit inside there. We're going to do some fabrication on some coolant lines here to get it where it'll go down to the Volkswagen radiator. And this is another big one right here, this steering shaft going down. I haven't done any real digging online or anything, but hopefully I'll be able to remove that and shorten this up. There's going to be a lot of trim inside the bug. That firewall is going to have to be cut out pretty far. The brake booster is going to have to be moved, ABS, all that stuff. But man, if we take this radiator off, take these brackets off the Unimog, that's going to hopefully stay. That might come off because he might sell that with the snow blade for the front of this, because those are fairly rare here, I'd imagine, in the States. But that radiator off, that bug tilted up in the front, man, this might actually fit in there nicely. This is, well, I think the bug has to go back just a little bit, not much, but this is like right in line with where the dash cuts off inside. If not, a little bit further. I don't know if you can see in there. But here's the idea. I'll wheel this Unimog back inside and we'll start taking some measurements of what we might have to cut. I know we're going to have to cut out for these shock and spring mounts in the back of the bug, but with the gas tank in there, I don't know. That gas tank will probably have to be dropped out first, I imagine. This tank will come off. Hopefully we can still use the gas tank on the bug. The battery box will be removed. And really, I mean, this frame is pretty skinny in here comparatively. So we'll see. This might work out quite well. It's going to be into this first video. I hope you guys enjoy it and follow me. It's going to be a slow process because it's cold outside now. It's winter in Indiana, but hopefully somebody likes this and follows it, and hit that like button if you can. Write some comments on what you want to see done or how to do things, how you think it'd be easier done. And I'll catch you guys up back here soon.